was very clearly saying that he knows how to navigate certain environments where he will, how do I say it? Like he would go to the synagogue, he would fast, he would be under certain vows. Like he would still, even though he wasn't under the law, submitted to the law, but not under the law, he would still do what the Jews would do who were under the law.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's hard to explain what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think what you're basically saying is that he didn't become exactly like them, but he understood the culture that he was in order to reach them.
I think that is different than saying, hey, I don't know how to say it without saying.
But just say it.
I think that's different than being worldly to reach the world, right?
Yeah.
Like you being carnal or being just highly liberal. I actually think that's unwise, because what is the appeal of Jesus if we're not walking like Jesus to people who don't know him?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Like how can I tell you about the holiness of Jesus and the righteousness? How can I be a light if I'm not actually being a light?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it feels like a very fleshly way to engage people. It does. And to some degree, it feels like a way to please people.
Yeah.
That might be an assumption, but it feels like, are you afraid to actually just be righteous in how you preach the gospel?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like that is that intimidating to you?
I think for some I think that can be the temptation, but I think for some people, really think that that's how they reach people. It's kind of like I have to show them that I relate to them.
But again, that's us we're putting too much burden on.
I agree.
On what we do versus the gospel we preach and the power of God. Because at the end of the day, nobody can raise the dead.
Yeah.
We cannot raise the dead. If we really believe that an element of the gospel is that we are born in sin, shaped in iniquity, and that we are dead in sin, then that means that technically, if God doesn't bless this gospel that I preach, then people won't raise from the dead anyway.
That's good.
And so it's like, even when it's talking about curiosity, talking about love, we're called to preach the gospel, but it's the Spirit of God that attends the preaching of the gospel to resurrect people. And so I don't think the Holy Spirit is going to bless things that are actually antagonistic to his nature.
Yeah,
right?
because
I'm already putting people in a very bad position to think that, if I engage with you through worldly means, that'll draw you. No, he draws people in a holy way.
Yeah, that's good.